everybody. So I want to start and talk a little bit about what we do academically at New Heights. With the better microphone. Okay. So I want to first introduce you to our academic leadership team. We have Shayna Cunningham, our Associate Principal of Humanities. We have Amanda Roche, our Associate Principal of STEM. We have Mimi Tiani, our Associate Principal of Early College. And we also have Loren Robinson, our Director of Special Education. So this team is responsible for leading all of the academic work at New Heights. So then you may ask the question, well, Renee, what is the academic work at New Heights? I'm going to tell you the things that we are going to be working on with your children this year and what it means. So we are first of all a wall-to-wall early college school. So what that means is when you enter New Heights as a sixth grader, we are already thinking about college. We're already working toward getting you prepared for college. So you can actually think of sixth grade even as like early high school. So our instructional priorities, the first one is high quality curriculum. And what that means is we need to have good stuff in front of kids. For them to learn good stuff, they have to have good stuff in front of them. So we have wall-to-wall high-quality curriculum, which is always aligned to the Department of Education, Massachusetts Department of Education. You know anything, Massachusetts has the best Department of Education in the country. And then another thing that your children are going to be working on really intentionally this year is reading across the content area. So they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm reading in math. Oh my gosh, I'm reading in science. And as parents, we expect you to ask them, what are you reading? What reading strategy are you trying? Show me how that reading strategy looks. Because that's one where we partner to make sure that we get them better and better and better and better. And one of the reasons that we have to focus on reading is because our kids start taking college classes early. So they have to get that skill up so that they're able to be successful when they start those classes. And we also work on early college readiness. So what that means is those skills, those note-taking skills, those reading skills, those time management skills, all those skills that are necessary for you to be good, successful in college, we start working on it in sixth grade. So our expectation is that when students come in here, they understand and they focus and they're like, I'm going to college, so everything that I do is getting me to that point. So the next thing, I think about the three ways that we do this work. And the first part is like learning what our students know. So on the first Monday and Tuesday, they are all going to be taking the math test. That's the assessment. We're going to assess how are they reading, how are they writing. Does that mean that, oh my gosh, they're not at a sixth grade level or whatever level? No, it just means that it helps us know what we need to do to get your child where they need to be. So they're going to be taking that, and we'll have open house on the, I think it's the 18th. When we have that open house, you're going to get their math scores. So when you come and check in for open house, we will get that to you so that as parents, you know where your children are too. We are also doing MCAS diagnostics. So that's another one, like how are they meeting those grade level standards that Massachusetts states that they need to meet at. So we need to know where our scholars are. So those tests, those diagnostics. We also have a couple programs. We have an IXL program, which is going to be something that teachers regularly utilize to see where students are and how they're progressing in real time. And we'll be doing that also with a program called ST Math. And then there will be a number of informal assessments that take place in classrooms. The informal assessments, it might even be a social emotional informal assessment, but there'll be a number of informal assessments because we really need to know where our students are because we are part responsible. I say part because we all want in partnership for getting them to the next level. The next thing is, so once we find out where they are, then we meet them where they are. We have within our schedule a Scholar Success Learning Time. A Scholar Success Learning Time is either an intervention block or an enrichment block. But it's really like if your scholar needs a little more time on a something, we spend that time really focusing, small group instruction during Scholar Success Learning Time. I want to say this, I'm going to say it 3 times because I just need everybody here. Homework every single night. For us to get from here to there, we have to have the expectation that we do homework. So if your scholar comes home and you say, hey, what's your homework? Is it, I don't have any. That's not the case. We have weekly, our advisory, which is a meetings advisory, which is a way that we do community building within our school. And the content courses that they take, ELA, math, science, social studies, art, technology, wellness, and health. So they will have those classes daily. Our classes are 70 minutes each. And another thing, particularly in middle school, we have Chromebook carts in every classroom. So a lot of their work they will be doing it digitally. Because that is actually just where we're moving in the world, and a lot of work takes place digitally. And then the next part is teaching toward their future. So I'm like, where they start is the assessment, where they are, meeting where they are, and then teaching toward their future. And in teaching toward their future, one of the things that we are very intentional about is embedding college readiness skills in every classroom. We call them PAC skills. The P stands for presence, the A stands for attendance, the C stands for conduct/character, the K stands for knowledge. But we build our model around the PAC skills that each and every scholar needs to build. And when you think about those kind of skills, like you don't ever get to a point where you're finished, like in terms of PAC skills. I am not finished. It's just those things that we continually work on and grow in. We also do college tours. We do research in college. We actually have advisories that are based upon colleges. That students actually do research in their advisory, which happens their Phoenix Rising. College courses start in 9th grade. So you're looking at, if you're entering as a 6th grader, in 3 years, you are potentially taking a college course. And so every step that we're making along the way is making sure that you are ready and ready and ready to get there. So that's a brief overview of our overall academic program. And I'm going to bring Ms. Robinson up. She's going to talk a little bit about our special education program.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I am Ms. Brockton. I'm the Director of Special Education here at New Heights. This is our lovely team, our middle school teachers and our high school teachers that will be supporting students who have IEP and have related services. So here at New Heights, it is a Walmart Community College, but it's also a full inclusion school, which means that students of all abilities are participating in academics in all classes together. We have those lovely teachers that you saw on the last slide are co-teaching in math and ELA classes to make sure that your student has their services and they're meeting their accommodational requirements. We also have related services for students who need things like physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language, adjustment counseling. If those things are listed in your child's IEP, they will get those services. So IEP implementation starts on day 1. In order for it to start on day 1, we need your documentation. If your student has an IEP, we absolutely need that so that we're able to service your student as best and as soon as possible. You will receive regular progress reports 4 times a year around the same time that we get report cards. Regular communication comes from our case managers, usually communication from them every week or every 2 weeks, or if there's information that they need to send you via email or their call. Annual IEP reviews and peer evaluations are standard, and we make sure that happens on time. And we also have monthly feedback meetings with any trainings and pertinent information that parents need to know about their rights and their students' IEP. So like I said, what we need is that current IEP. We need the most current testing from their most current evaluation. If your child has a problem before, we need the updated documentation from their doctor that stipulates what their condition is and how they need to be accommodated in class. We need your input as well. With parents, we need you at those IEP meetings. We need you to look over documentation, ask questions, sign their documents, sign the consent form so we can get testing going, sign their IEP so we can start their new services. And also, what is extremely critical is to tell your child understand what's in their IEP. A lot of times, students who are opposed to having an IEP, they don't believe that they need supports in the classroom, and they kind of shy away from it because they don't understand. And it's something that we really try to do here is help them to understand what's in that document, why we have it, why we're supporting them, and we need you to help us do that as well. Also, if you're interested in participating in being part of the Special Education Parent Advisory Council, please let me know, and you can sign up. You can sign up on the website, or I have paper minutes. So ways to stay in touch. This is my information here, and like I said, your case manager will be in touch with you if they have not already sent you welcome letters. Our IEPs and consent forms are sent through DocuSign. If you prefer paper, let us know. But you will get an email in your email to review and sign.
While the school started, I want to just kind of bring attention to the teachers in the 6th grade. So we have, just wait when I say your name, we have Mr. Hilliard, who's our 6th grade history teacher. We have 2 6th grade math teachers, Ms. Morton Graffam and Mr. Smith. We have our 6th grade science teacher, Dr. Keegan. Our 6th grade ELA teacher, we have Mr. Gleason and Ms. Smith. And our 6th grade technology teacher is Mr. Zima. And our 6th grade special education teacher is Mr. Fitzgerald. Passing it to the court.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Thank you so much for coming, and welcome to the New Heights family. My name is Mrs. Cole, Rachna Cole. I am the ELA lead teacher. I will talk about our ESL department today, how it works, and who are in our staff. And this is me. I have been in the education for 20 years, and I speak many languages, most prominently 3, Kashmiri, Hindi, and English. And this is our high school ESL teacher. I am not sure if he's around here. His name is Mr. De Silva, and he will be in our high school teaching. Let's get into our program. The mission. Our mission is that the students participate meaningfully in our classes. It is in our general classes, not in the ESL. I just wanted to emphasize on how important it is for the students to be in the general education and be very proficient in English. In our ESL classes, they will gain social and academic English proficiency in a small group, and it will be pushed in and pull outs too. And also, most importantly, celebrate and affirm their identity, culture, where they are coming from, and how important it is to understand and actually affirm that. And their deep belongings and learning. Most important is the college career. As we said, we all go to college, and it can be ESL students, any student, everybody goes to college. That is the mission. All right, what to expect, what the new parents expect. The first thing is that the process, how it goes. So we do the home language survey. I don't know if you remember, you did fill that form when you come in, and it's a home language where I know that if you have put in any other language, it can be conversational, it can be the grandparents talking to each other or to your child, but you are exposed to the different language. So that's my first thing to identify if the student needs screening or not. So that's the first thing. And then we take a via screener. In fact, I'm doing that right now in these days, and that determines if the student is eligible for the ESL services. And then the parent notification, once we know who is eligible, get the parent notification. Either way, you will get the notification that yes, your child is going to be in ESL. Determine if his scores are lower between 1 and 2, he will get the pull-out services in a small group setting too. So that will be the parent notification. So how does the program, our program ESL is a small group instructions, very targeted, but we want to make sure they are proficient in English so that year after year they go into the main classrooms and be proficient. And I know it just seems like that we think that my son or daughter is very conversational English, they never speak any other language, but it is not only the conversational, which is the academic English, that means that how are they in the main class, or how are they in the English, social studies, science, are they doing the experimental, are they writing the 5-paragraph essays, the vocabulary acquisition, that's important. So that's how we, are in reading, how is their listening. So those are the 4 domains we can kind of, keep in mind. SEI classrooms, your child is in content area classroom with the student teachers who are SEI trained. So they will get that education in the classroom as well. New curriculum, this year the ESL has a new curriculum which we are going to implement this year. So it is also targeted, it's just all 4 domains, listening, speaking, writing, and reading will be targeted. And also in a small group setting. Then the progress monitoring, how do we progress monitor? There are several ways how I and the ESL teachers monitor their success. It is the Scholar Success Plan. In the beginning of the year, all the students will have their own individualized Scholar Success Plan, which they will set the goals, reading goals, listening, whatever their scores were in access, that's how those goals will be set in the beginning, and then the monitoring will happen. Then the monthly check-ins with the ESL teachers. Access testing will happen in the middle of the year, which will also determine how they are doing and if they will be in the ESL next year. Parents will receive the progress reports every quarter, and you will be notified about that too. Then the family engagement, as how important it is to communicate with you and you communicate with us. so that we know we support each other about the students' progress and anything and everything that you need to know about the student. Okay, at the end of the year, we have this multicultural night where we celebrate your child's progress. It happens every year. Last year was a success. This summer was the successful multicultural event, and that's where they showcase their progress. And you also will get the translation services are also available. That's the family engagement. I also wanted your rights. So very important, you want to know what your rights are. You may opt out from the ESL classes. That's a form you have to fill, it's up to you. However, every year, your child has to take the access test no matter what, till they graduate, till they pass that. And your child has access to all academic and extracurricular activities. So that's another thing. And you can request the interpretation at any time. And that is it from my side. Thank you so much. Any questions?
All right, good afternoon everyone. My name is Humberto Guerrero. I am the Director of Technology here at New Heights. I'm here to help you out with all your technology needs. I'm going to introduce the team. First, I'm going to start with Mr. Renrick, Dominic Renrick. He's our Senior IT Coordinator. Next on the list is our Thomas Wallen over here. He's our second IT coordinator, myself, I'm the IT director. One thing that I want to make sure that you guys help us with the technology. To school, your child should only bring your Chromebook. Don't bring personal laptops. We're not going to allow them to log in school to use your personal laptops or MacBooks or iPads. Here in the school, we have Chromebooks for each one of your kids, okay? Very important if your kids say, no, I don't have a Chromebook in school. That's not true. We have over 1,000 Chromebooks in the storage, okay? So we have one for each one. Very important to know that. And second and last for me, please help us take care and, protect our Chromebooks, our technology. We recycle them, we use them, we pass them, and they're in very good shape. We have a brand new batch this year of Chromebooks. So help us keep them new, help us keep them protected, and that's all I have. Any questions? Oh, and last, thank you. Very important. You have any questions with your login in Google? If you have any questions, you're not seeing any access of some application in Clever, you're not seeing anything, you have any questions, tech support at newheights.charterschoolbrockton.org. All right? Any questions? We have a ticketing system, we will log it, we will track it, and you can hold us accountable. If you ask a question and we do not reply in 24 hours, you can come to me, you can come to the principal, and believe me, she will hold up a feet to the fire. So that's all I have.
Hey everyone, my name is Caitlin Hendrick. I'm the Director of Data and Accountability, and I also manage Power School. So I'm going to do a quick run through on how to access Power School if you already have an account, and also how to create a new account and add your new or current students to that account. So this is how to access if you already have an account. If you have an older student here and you forgot your password or you don't remember how to log in, this is a quick run through of that. So you want to go to nhcse.powerschool.com. This will take you to the parent and student portals. Enter your username and password, and if you forgot your password, at the bottom, there's the forgot username or password, and you can go ahead and click that to reset. Then this is the reset page, so the parent username and email, that will be the information that you have. If you don't remember what that is, you can always send an email and we can find that information for you or reset it as well. And you will receive an email at the email address that you gave to reset the password, so go ahead and click the link and then you can log in as normal. So this is the new account, so this will probably be most of you. So next to the sign in, there will be a create account option. Go to the same website and then click create account. Click on the create account button at the bottom. Give a second for you guys to get your photos. Then this will take you to the create parent account. So you'll enter all of your details, first name, last name, email address if you want to use, username you want, as well as your password. Again, if you forget this, you can reset it using the same way as if you had a previous account. And the password must be at least 8 characters long. It can be any mix as long as it's 8. Then you will link your students to the account. So you'll put in your student name, access ID, access password, and your relationship to that student. The access ID and password is something that we will provide to you. We are in the process of finalizing all of those. Keep an eye on your emails. We'll send out that form with that information shortly. So we'll go ahead and put that in to create it. And again, if you don't have that, or if you're trying to do this later, you can't find an email with that information, reach out to tech support and we will get that to you again. Once that's created, it will take you back to this page telling you that it has been created. You can go ahead and use the username and login that you created to log in, and it should show you all of your students' information. If you already have a PowerSchool account, you have a new student coming in, you can go ahead and add that new student to the account. So you will log in. This is what the login homepage will look like. So click on account preferences at the bottom. Click on the student tab, and then click on the add button. And it will pull up that same thing that you saw when you created the account. So you'll enter, again, the student name, access ID, access password. Again, if you don't have that information, or you can't find it, or it's not working, reach out to tech support at the email provided, and we will send you a form with all of that information. We also do have a mobile app for PowerSchool, so if you prefer to do it on your phone versus a computer, you can set that up. So you'll download it from whatever app store you use. Enter the district code, which is ZHTF. Enter in your login information that you created, and then it should automatically pull up your report. Again, if you have any issues with this, reach out to us and we can help you with that. And this presentation is, I know, a lot to remember. It is available on our website under the Fancy tab under Access Student Schedules and PowerSchool.
All right. Good afternoon. I promise I don't drive like that. All right. My name is Michael. I'm Director of Transportation. It's a pleasure to have you at our campus. We're excited to begin this new school year. For those that are incoming, I bring a lot of questions on today. We've been late getting bus assignments for Brockton. I'm at the state that Taunton Randolph, if there's any students here from Taunton Randolph, you should have received your emails of the bus assignments and information. And by this evening, we will have the Brockton assignments out to all families. So we're excited about that. We're asking students, and all this information is also in the email. We ask them, please, their parents to make sure students are at their bus stops at least 5 minutes before the allocated time. And very important, please do not wait in your vehicles. We know sometimes it's raining, and I understand that you wait in your vehicles with your students, with your children, but close to the bus stops, please let them be out visible. These bus drivers are looking at traffic and trying to provide the best safety for our students. And we are not looking for cars, we're looking for students at bus stops. So please have them out at that allocated time. The first week of school, I always ask to give us 5 days, at least 1 week, 5 days to really get the exact time. I know you guys are gonna be asking, well, what time do you get there? And we know we all have busy schedules, of so forth, but give us 5 days to really get the timetable packed, and we will, make an effort to get there. All Brockton students, we actually be at your bus stops at 7:10 a.m. All right, Brockton, anybody, especially Brockton school buses, we actually will be there at 7:10 a.m., which Brockton Public Schools provides the transportation for our school. But Tom Randolph is exclusive to New Heights. Did I miss anything? That's it? That's good? We good? All right, we're all set. I get back to the gym. Thank you. Any questions for today this evening?
Hi everybody, I'm Debbie, one of the nurses here at New Heights, and I just have a couple of things to go over, and one is physicals. Everybody needs to start the year, if you're a new student, needs an updated physical. There's really no exceptions to that because we have to know what's going on. So that has to be in by next Wednesday morning. The other thing that we have to talk about is if your child has any allergies or if they have asthma. So the way it works is we try to have every student carry their own EpiPen and albuterol. I'm not everywhere, I'm not on the soccer field, I'm not on the buses. So the way that happens is we have to have a faxed doctor's order sent to my office. I have a private fax machine, and it just has to state that they can self-administer their own medicine. Then they just have to come to my office, demonstrate it, and then I sign it off, and they can keep it in their backpack. So that usually happens in the first week of school. If your child has any allergies or asthma, I would love to see you next week, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday with those medicines, and we can go over it with them. So that's really important. I also like to every year have physical. I think it just is a safer way to practice. If there's any updates, I can see it. And if they want to play any sports, I already have their physical. So I really like to have physicals every year. It's not required, but you know, the doctor's office, just ask for a copy. I think it just works out better. And the first week of school, a paper goes home, and it's called over-the-counter meds. And you just have to put a check mark if you want us to give your child Tylenol or Benadryl. If we don't have that paper, we can never give those meds out. Every year you have to sign the paper and check it off. So look for that paper the first week of school, and if that's something you're interested in, make sure you send it back to school so we can put it in the computer so if they need it, they can get it. And I think that's about it.
Prescription medication.
Any prescription medication, next week come see me and we can get it going right away. So we'll be here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're here all day. So if you have your student has any medicine, just make sure you see me next week. Any questions?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Linda Edmond, and I am the lead academic counselor here at New Heights. Basically, at a traditional school, I am the guidance counselor, along with Ms. Graffam. Ms. Graffam is the counselor for middle school on the middle school board. What we really do with middle school is we are introducing them to the college process. We're talking college, and we're watching them, encouraging them to start thinking about what they want to do when they get to that point. So she'll push into classrooms, she'll do lessons, and then once they reach 8th grade, we also talk about transitioning from 8th grade into high school, where we do more of the college stuff. What else? I think that's about it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mr. Santil. I'm one of the school adjustment counselors. So it's a little different from guidance. Guidance counselor is more academic based and making sure your student is up to par with their grades, transcripts, and really getting college ready. I'm more so a social emotional person. So when it comes to mental health or your ability to really be well engaged in class, I'm the person students come to kind of work on those areas. For right now, I work primarily with 8th grade and most high school students. We're going to expand as time goes by, but I'm the go-to person for now when it comes to emotional well-being for your students. I also provide referrals and resources for families in case the services beyond life provider needed, so whether it's family therapy, individual, therapeutic mentor. We have a variety of partnerships and communities to help support the students' well-being as a whole. So please reach out if you have any questions.
Good afternoon, I am Ms. McCartney. I am one of the deans here at New Heights Charter School.
My name is Ms. Wadi, Janelle Wadi, and I'm one of the restorative practices coordinator.
So we're going to go over uniforms. I know you all purchased uniforms today, but uniforms are required to attend New Heights Charter School. They must come in uniforms. If not, they will receive a consequence. So uniforms are required. It's not optional. It's required all the way up to the last day of school. Cell phones. We have no cell phone policies. Cell phones are collected during the morning time, during homeroom advisory. They are locked up and given at the end of the day. Cell phones are not allowed. Scholars should not hide cell phones in their book bags. Please do not tell scholars to keep the cell phones in their book bag. It's only going to create unnecessary drama, and we don't want the tug of war. It's New Heights standard. The standard is the standard. Cell phones are not allowed. So when they come in, they are required to turn in their cell phones.
That's it?
I'm going to jump in on the cell phone thing.
Dang, this guy's so.
So a few faces when we said we're taking cell phones. We are an early college school, so you don't have time for TikTok.
Oh yeah, let me tell me who these allowed.
Instagram. You don't have time for special conversation. You don't have time for text messages. All you have time for is to be an early college student at New Heights. So if turning in your cell phone is going to be a problem, New Heights ain't gonna be the right place.
I'm talking about
We are going to collect your cell phone every morning. There is no exception to that rule. What we do here at New Heights, we do it better than anybody else in the whole state. And the reason we do it better is because our kids are focused on their academics and not their cell phone. You deal with the drama at home on the cell phones. We don't deal with it here. We just don't. So you come in uniforms every day. The reason we have uniforms, that's your clothes for business. You're coming for education. What you put on your feet, as long as they're not Crocs, that's up to you. But that's your uniform for education and for business. You don't have to worry about what anybody's wearing because you're coming to go to college. That's all you're coming for. So that is the expectation. Uniforms, cell phones. That's easy. That's easy. Because if you come in flip-flops and pajamas, you're looking for the next place to go to sleep, and it won't be here. So I'm really stamping that because that is a non-negotiable here. I know you may not have uniform somewhere else, but again, when you come here, we're going to college here. We're going to college here, so we don't have any time for anything else. So I don't want my deans to have to waste time calling you about a cell phone and a uniform. You got things to do. We got things to do. And guess who got something to do? Everyone in the 6th grade. So we expect you to support us in that. We don't want to have to make a phone call to you and say your child did not turn in their cell phone, and then you get mad at us. I'm telling you from the door. I'm not mixing words. I'm telling you now. That's what we're going to do. So if that's not something you want us to do, different kind of business. So everything everybody has told you up to this point, that's what I want you all to hold us to. Those academic standards they said, hold us to them. Because if I hold you to our culture standards, then you better hold us to our academic standards. Do not accept anything less from us, because we're not going to accept anything less from you. Is that all right? Yes. All right.
I just also wanted to address as well, hoodies are not allowed, so they should not wear hoodies underneath their uniform. Hoodies are not allowed. Crocs, foam runners, Yeezys, Yeti slides, they're not allowed. Hoodies are not allowed.
Let me
Say
also
they try to only wear that piece, they have to always have the collar shirt on.
I got information that in one of these elementary schools, we had some kids that was running the place. They was cutting up. I had somebody say, oh, we ain't had no order in our elementary schools. They were cutting up. Let me be very clear. The only person cut up here is me. I'm the cut up queen. So if you expect to be successful here, all those things that were going on in that elementary school, that ain't my business. But all up and through here is all of my business. Because Omari Walker is going to hold me to an expectation to get your kids to college. And they cannot do it if they were cutting up in that elementary school and think they can come here and do the same thing. I'm not going to allow it to disrupt your child from getting their education. So if disrupting the school in a classroom and not following rules is the thing that you think you're coming here to do, you can miss me all day with that. We're not doing it here. We're not going to do it here. Now, we're going to have a whole lot of fun in the meantime, but we're not going to do that thing that disrupts the education of somebody else. Your rights end when you start stepping on somebody else's right to get an education. So we're not going to have it here. We're not going to have it here. I just talked to a young man who said he was ready for me, and I love that. Because he already selected his college. He says he's going to Howard University. That's right. A real education. So if he can walk up to me and tell me that already, you can best believe I'm not going to let anybody even from getting there. I'm not going to have that. So again, hold us to the same standards I'm holding you. Because if these people that you see in this camouflage don't do what they said they're supposed to do, the same heat I'm bringing, I'm going to bring it to them too. So you all can read, their parents that email me all the time. I respond to everything. I do, because that is my responsibility. So I want you all to hold us to the standards that I'm holding you. So thank you.
Everyone. So, families, hello, just a reminder. If you were recently offered a seat, you started the registration process with me, but you haven't completed, or perhaps you have completed this week, please keep in mind that I believe I've spoken to very few of you that your child may not be able to start on the first day, but I will be in communication with you from tomorrow and Friday. All right, so if you recently completed the registration process and you want to know if your child is all set to start on Wednesday, please be sure to reach out to me. You all have my email and phone numbers. 1. 2. If you are here and at least one of your students will probably have been offered a seat, you completed registration, but you have another student on the wait list and that student has not been offered a seat, they will not start until the seat becomes available. Right now, we are fully enrolled to start on September 3rd. So please keep that in mind. If you have any questions, please be sure to email me. Please be sure to email or call me. If you can't reach me, contact the front desk. They will get a hold of me. Thank you. Any questions about anything that we talked about today? Anyone? Great, so that means that all the students do the scholars need to copy their shirts? They don't have to copy their shirts, right, culture team? No, they do not. That's a good question. If they want, they can. Yes.
Thank you. I understand the uniform policy, but I'm interested in the fleeces. Do you have to wear a branded fleece as the weather changes and gets cold, or are students able to wear, as long as the appropriate color fleece is sent with the right fleece?
So they can wear their coats and stuff to school. Once they get in class, they have to wear it. It has to be a class. Mr. Grady, can you stay on the right? Students are allowed to come to school with their coats, jackets, hoodies if they want to, but when they come to school, it must be removed. And they will wear their New Heights fleece. This piece, right here. This is the piece that they must wear. The shirts? No. Yes. No, they can wear an undershirt underneath their uniform, but they have to wear a uniform shirt and their fleece. Yeah, you can purchase more than one fleece if you would like. Any other questions about fleeces? No lockers at this school. No lockers. Scholars carry their items. These online at Metro, we have a here for sale. They are $25. They do run minutes and they're 2%, so they are very good.
I was just wondering where there is just because for like the grade up to the 6th and 7th graders that may have mental support, like officially.
Yes, everyone grades 6 to 12 have access to adjustment counseling. Somebody else had it? Oh, yes. Is there a dress code for gym? What's your opinion? Dress code for gym. Dress code for gym.
For gym, scholars are allowed to change out of their uniform. We have black basketball shorts if they want to purchase. I think they're $5, or they can bring their own shorts and shirt so they won't get their uniforms sweaty, and then they're allowed to change back into their uniform. Soccer club? We don't have a soccer club, but we do have a soccer team.
tryouts, they'll send that information out for tryouts, but we do have a soccer team.
Is that what the questions are? Yeah. You'll get off.
The athletic director will be sending out more information about sports and upcoming events and tryouts. So I don't have that information, and I don't want to provide false information to you. We do have soccer, but all the other information regarding tryouts, what programs we have, that will be coming from the athletic director.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
We have boys and girls locker rooms. Yes, we do. Good question. Any other questions about anything that we talked about?
Medicine, the kids, how old they have to be, 11-year-old, qualified to administer medicine? Administering meds, are 11-year-olds allowed as well, or is there an age? Anything, for instance, epidemics,
That would be a question for the government.
We do have after-school programs. It starts in October. I'm not sure of the date yet, but we do have after-school programs. It's 3:30 to 5:30. Transportation is not provided, but it's Monday through Thursday, 3:30 to 5:30. You'll get more information before after school starts to see what program you want to sign your child up for. The notification will come home with your scholar. If they take a paperwork for permission slips, you will fill that information out and let us know what program you want them to be in. But that information will come out in October.
So, yes. School hours, Monday through Friday, doors open at 7:30 in the morning. Dismissal is at 2:30, Monday through Thursdays. Every single Friday, dismissal is at 12:45. Any student that arrives to school at 7:50, 7:50 or later is considered tardy. That student must go to the front desk to check in, get a pass, and any student who is late, 7:50 or later, families, you will get a communication as well. If a student is absent, you will also get those phone calls on a daily basis. Attendance is very important. So if a student is tardy, a student is absent, you will get those phone calls. If a student is tardy or absent due to medical reasons, please be sure that you get the get the doctor medical note and send it in so that if that is the case, the attendance can be changed to excused absent. And if you have any questions, any doubt, always call the front desk. And sometimes students arrive to the school after those phone calls are made home. Just you are welcome to call us to confirm that your student is indeed present. Because sometimes we change the attendance after those phone calls are made. Okay? And all communication from the school will go to you via the email that we have on file, via the email and phone call. If any of your contact information ever changes for any reason, you have to contact us, contact the front desk. There is a form that we ask families to update. If you change, you have new email, new phone number, you want to change the existing emergency contact us. We'll send you a form before we can update that information. So everyone will get that schedule during the first day of school, or at least that first week, all that information will be ready to go. And as Ms. Kendrick reminded everyone, if you have any questions about how to log in to our school creative account, we will also email you the credentials to log in. And from there, you can see your student schedule, who are the teachers, the class of education, and everything like that. Yes, sir.
The program we offer on Friday for the kids who finish.
So the Friday schedule, students are still in classes. It's just that they have math classes on Friday, then the regular day. Ms. Lewis, is there anything you want to say about Friday schedule?
No, that's, you're at 100%. They have less classes. The Scholar Success Learning Time Intervention Block does not take place on Fridays, but every other class they will have on Fridays.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing you and the scholars. If you have any questions, you know how to contact